Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a bit of a review or unreview, or I don't know. You saw the title, right? So I want to talk about a new piece of equipment I just got and it's going back. I know, sounds crazy, but I still want to talk about it. I want to talk about it before I send it back because I wanted to make sure, A, I wanted to share, and B, I want to make sure other people don't kind of get caught up in the same thing that I got caught up in. So recently I was looking for a piece of equipment, like a podcasting piece of equipment that would help me to record my podcast without the need for using the computer. So right now, when I do a podcast episode, I have to record it and then I have to take the audio. I usually record it on Zoom or record it like I'm doing this video here in StreamYard. And then I take the audio and I throw it into somewhere to do the audio or the video, depending on what I'm doing. Like I'll do Camtasia if it's got video involved. I have to add in the intro. I have to add in the commercials. I have to add in the outro. I have to do all this work. Then I get a completed file and then I can send it over to my team to put up in Libsyn and do all the other things that are required with a podcast. So it's not the worst process, but it's not the best. And right now I do my own editing. So I have to do any editing, anything I need to do. It's just not the best, especially since a lot of my episodes these days are solo episodes. So I was on, and it's funny because I'd heard about this type of stuff before, like this type of equipment, and I really didn't pay much attention. You know how you listen to stuff and you don't really need it yet, so I didn't pay attention. So I was on Clubhouse and in a room about podcasting, and somebody mentioned the Roadmaster Pro, and I now have the Roadmaster Pro, so I can show you guys that. All right. Boop. Boop. So someone mentioned the Roadmaster Pro and I started looking at it. The Roadmaster Pro is $600. It's $599, $600, right? $600. And I was like, nah, I don't need that. I don't need a $600 piece of equipment. I'll do this, but I don't do this. So yeah, let me not get a $600 piece of equipment. Let me see if there's like some smaller versions or stuff like that, right? So then after doing a lot of research, I found, so there's the Roadmaster Pro, which is the one I now have. There is something called the Zoom PodTrack P4, which is like the competitor. The Zoom's another company, not Zoom, the meeting software, but Zoom, the audio equipment software. And I say that not to be like shady, but because I know some people don't know. I didn't know, you know what I mean? You know, I saw the PodTrack P4, and then there is a little sister version or little cousin version, which is what we are talking about here today. You guys can see that, which is the Zoom PodTrack P4, right? So you say there, little sister version, right? And there's like a bunch of different differences. I'm not going to really talk about as much of the differences, but you know, the other one has 8 pads and this, and takes such and such, like it actually, both of them take 4 mics. So these are the amount of mics I can put in. These are amount of headphones. So both of them, you can do 4 people. Both of them you can do, you have the keypad where you can set your sounds. That's what these here are for. And this one has 4 set sounds. That one has 8 set sounds. And I just realized or just learned that I can actually do more than 8. So I could probably do like 16 or more than that, because you can do different banks of sounds, which I think is pretty cool too. The volume was pretty good and stuff like that. You can record both of them. You can record standalone. So this is what I really wanted it for, so that I can record standalone without ever needing a computer, and I could do everything. So the way it would go, if I was doing an episode, I would load up my intro and load up my outro. So in my commercial, because I used to do a commercial in my podcast episodes, play the intro, start talking, play the commercial, start talking. Then when I'm done, play the outro, boom, finish the recording, and I've done a whole episode. And I actually was able to do 2 episodes with this, 2 episodes. And they came out pretty good. If you listen to my podcast, which is the Girl Get Visible podcast, I'll put the links below. But episode 73 and 74 were created using this. So you'll see that it's a pretty good piece of software. I mean, pretty good piece of equipment and stuff like that. And I know you're thinking, but Akila, you're telling us it's good, but you're taking it back and you got that big thing. Let me explain. So I thought I did my due diligence, which is exactly why I'm creating this video, because I did my due diligence. I went to my podcast groups and I asked people what they thought about it, and people raved about this thing. They loved it, right? And then I came to YouTube and I watched a whole bunch of videos, and fellas, no women, So that's another reason why I'm doing this. No women talk about this thing, right? But fellas raved about this thing, right? And for, to be fair, everything that they said was true. It does do really good sounds. It is a pretty good piece of equipment. It's only $199, so it is a huge price difference than the other one. It's only $199. It's super lightweight. Like, it almost feels like one of my son's toys. It's plastic. You guys hear that? Like, there's no metal involved here, right? So it's pretty plastic. You definitely cannot drop this, but you really should not be dropping a piece of equipment like this. But you really can't drop it. It's very it's very much plastic, right? So like I said, it did good sound. The mics went in. You do need, like, I have a USB mic, the Blue Yeti, which is what I'm talking to you guys on right now. So I generally have this mic, the Blue Yeti mic, but you need a more of an audio mic, and I forgot what the exact thing is. I am not the audio pro. Again, why I'm doing this video, right? How I felt like I was duped. So I actually had to get like a pro mic for this thing. And you see, I done went out and brought a mic. Well, my husband had the mic, so my husband gave me the mic, but I had to go get my own stand and my own filter. So I got all the things for this mic. I went out and got some real studio equipment headphones. So I'm in here like I'm doing something, y'all. When I got my real studio equipment headphones, I got all the things, and then I started using it, and then I started running into stuff, right? So here's what I ran into. Well, let me be clear. I ran into something the moment I opened the box. I don't have the box here with me, but when I opened the box, it only comes with three things. It comes with this piece of equipment. It comes with 2 AA batteries, and it comes with instructions. That's it, y'all. So in order to, and I did 2 episodes so far and a little bit of testing, and these batteries are about to die. So the batteries probably only get you about 2 hours worth of power, right? In order to even plug this up to the wall, I need to buy an adapter, right? So that was one. Then I found out, I got the mic, I got the headphones, all the equipment needs that. So I don't feel like that wasn't part of it, right? Then I wanted Bluetooth because I want to be able to plug up my phone and use my phone to do some recording and stuff like that. Or like I want to do some live podcast videos on Clubhouse, which I'll be talking about that soon too. I want to do some live podcast on Clubhouse. I want to be able to, somebody can Skype in or whatever. I want to be able to do this, or even connect it to my computer, right? It comes with none of those wires, y'all. None. 0, right? So you don't get anything to plug it up to the wall. So you've got to depend on getting batteries. You don't get any wires to anything else. And the Bluetooth adapter is like another $100 if you want the Bluetooth adapter. So by the end of the day, in order to really get this to function the way I wanted to do all the things with it, in order to plug it up to the wall, I'm going to want to spend like another $150. So this was $199 to some change, no tax. I'm going to have to buy another $150 of equipment to get it really working the way I want. We're already up to $350. That one was only $600. And I don't say only, like by no means do I think it's like no money, but I know me, and it's a lighter version. I wanted more cat pads, and I know me. In about a year or less, I'm going to be like, it's time for an upgrade. And then I would be stuck with this piece and $300 and another $150. I would be stuck with $350 worth of equipment that I couldn't do anything with. So I decided to bite the bullet and then just go buy the $600 thing that I really wanted. That comes with the Bluetooth, comes with the AC adapter, comes with what comes with the AC adapter. I think if I wanted to do mobile or portable, I have to buy something else. But I think I'd rather plug into my wall. Since I'm going to be here doing my podcasting anyway, I'd rather plug into a wall than plug into batteries all the time. Like, I literally had to go buy a whole pack of batteries for this thing. I mean, luckily I've got a 6-year-old, so now he can use the batteries. But I was like in Walgreens, like, really, this is what I done signed up for this, right? And so, I would have to buy all this equipment. The other piece comes with, and the P8 does this too. So like the bigger versions come with well, no, the P8 didn't come with Bluetooth, and the P8 is it's 500. So this is 600. The Roadcaster is 600. The P8, which is the bigger version of this P4, and looks closer to the P8. That is, the closer to the Roadcaster. That is 500, and then this is 200, right? So, but the P8 also does not come with the Bluetooth. And to me, that was big because I know I'm going to want to Bluetooth in from the phone. I Bluetoothed in last night. Now, I was talking to Billy. I'll try to get Billy's name so I can put his link down here. He's amazing. He already has some of this equipment. And so he was telling me how to use my equipment yesterday in Clubhouse. And he was saying that the Bluetooth wasn't that great and that I would be better off there's one wire you can get to go for your phone into the thing. He said it wasn't that great. For me, it worked really well. So I don't know what I'm missing. I'll just say that. Whatever I'm missing, I don't know what I'm missing yet. And I'm okay with that. But long story short, when I thought about it long term, when I thought about, okay, what am I going to be doing? Not even long, like not even 5-year plan. Like, what is my 5-month or 10-month plan? I knew I'm going to want to upgrade because there's just so many things that were missing from the P4. So while I love the P4 and I think it's really great, I think about your long term. Like if you're considering it, think about your long term plan. If you only ever want to spend about $300 on this stuff, then the P4 is the way to go. P4 and get all the little extra stuff that you want to do, right? And lots of batteries. If you know that eventually you're going to want to like upgrade and do some more things, and this is not, and that's the thing, this is not a long-term solution. This is not, plastic is not a long-term solution. So, and I keep tapping on it, right? So, long story short, I wind up going back and getting the Roadmaster Pro, and I'm going to be taking this back this week, because like I said, it's just not a long-term solution. It literally nothing in the box. My husband was like, what's going on? And I had to go look, and I'm like, no, this is it. This is all that comes with this thing. Like there were no wires. There was no nothing, y'all. It was nothing. And the Roadmaster Pro has the Bluetooth. It came with the wire to at least bring it to my computer. So if I had nothing else, I could do that. Oh yeah. It also takes an SD card. It does not come with an SD card. Both of them take an SD card. It does not come with that either, right? And you need the SO. Here's the thing. Here's the difference though, right? It needs an SD card in order to record. Meaning, if you don't have an SD card, this is literally just a brick. It's a brick. If you don't have your SD card, because you can't even record until you get the SD card. Whereas the Roadcaster, you can record to your computer even if you don't have the SD card. So that's another really important thing, and it comes with the wire to plug up into the computer. So you could out of the box without an SD card start recording and doing some things. You do probably want an SD card. That's how it makes it really stand alone, but you could at least use it. This So here's what I realized in doing my research, and no shade to all the videos I watched, they were amazing. 2 things I realized. One, there weren't a lot of women. There were no women, right? And not that a female would have told me this, I don't even know, but there just were no women, right? And maybe I just didn't get to her video. There just were no women, right? So that was 1. 2, I was also watching feedback from a lot of audio guys or a lot of audio people, like whether they're women or not. There are a lot of audio people. And what that means is they're reviewing this piece of equipment out of all the other equipment that they have. So they've got all these other pieces of equipment. They weren't trying to use this every day, and they weren't trying to make their lives and their business and their podcast off of this the way I was. I am just, you guys know me by now, I am just everyday Joe Schmo or Joe Girl Schmo. Trying to use this like in my everyday life. And so while a lot of the information that they gave me about the sound was good, they told me it needed the extras, but I guess I didn't get it. Like it didn't click that I couldn't use it without doing all these other extras. Like, their perspective was just like another piece of equipment and not really how is this going to do in my day-to-day trying to use this regularly for my podcast. And so what I determined after trying to use it regularly for my podcast and starting to get all the things, I didn't know how to put a wire, I didn't know how to put an SD card, I didn't know how to put a pack of batteries. And as I was kept buying stuff, I was like, this is too much. I am buying, buying, buying. By the time I'm done buying, I could have just been $600 and got the piece of equipment I really wanted. You know what I mean? And even if I wanted, and that's the other thing, because I was like, well, it's portable. So the portable part of it's going to be really dope because then I can like go on the road with it. Well, Zoom makes another device. I think it's an H4 or an H6, H4, H6, one of those devices that actually has a mic at the top. It like has, it's a true audio recorder. It's not even just for podcasts. It's a true, like people hold it like this. Like you see the reporters with the big things. It's like one of those. It's a true audio recorder. So it has the mic. Even if I took this with me someplace, I still got to bring this. So here I am, and y'all can't see how crazy long this wire is, right? Here I am going places, and I still, at the very minimum, oh, actually, I would need the headphones too. At the very minimum, I would need to bring my own mic, my own headphones, plus this. So it really wasn't that portable. And so I determined, again, long term, I would rather just get an audio recorder. I'd rather get like one of the other Zoom products or whatever. I don't go out on the road and record that much. But it just didn't seem like something I'm going to be doing that often. And when I do, I still would have a lot of equipment to bring with me. So that was like that, again, being very portable, although it itself is portable, it itself does not get you anything. So you just have a very nice portable brick. And so that's the reason why I'm taking it back. So that was the reason for this review, because I wanted to talk about it from the perspective of somebody who's just, average Joe Schmo trying to use this. This is going to be my only piece of equipment, trying to use this to really get my show, to, up level my show. Not that everything I've been doing so far has been great, but I wanted to up level my show. And so if I say this to you guys, if you are not an audio girl or audio guy, if you don't have a bunch of different things laying around your house, right? This would be perfect for my husband. He's an audio guy, right? This would be one of the many, and then he could use his other mixer for this, and he's already got his mic set up. Like he's already got half the wires downstairs. If that's not your life, that's not my life, right? My life was I wanted one piece of equipment that was going to be able to make me, like, get me to where I want to go with the show and be able to make my podcasting life easier. If you want one piece of equipment, this ain't it. It just isn't. You're going to have to, like I said, get all the extras. If you're really in a not to say a cash crunch, because neither of them are cheap, but if you really just want to go with a cheaper option, then this would be great because it's $299. You probably get another, like I said, $150, $200 worth of stuff, still $400. So it's still less than you would spend on the Rodecaster. So if you really are like looking at your budget, then cool. But if you're like me and you're going to want to pretty much, I know me, within 6 months, I'm going to be like, I wish I had something that was on that other piece. You know what I mean? And so I just did not want to waste. Like for me, it would have been a waste of the $400 because what I would do is I would make it work for now. And then in a couple of months after lugging all these pieces around, I would still have wanted the bigger piece. I would still wanted the one all-in-one kind of deck that I could really just do everything out of the box. So that's why I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully this was super helpful. Like I said, no shade to the people who did the other videos. I think they were great. They helped me make the decision. But one thing, I think the perspective of how we plan to use it, what other equipment that we have, our overall lifestyles, I think some of those things were really missing in the other ones because they're audio people. They do this all the time. They've got lots of different equipment. They're, picking out the right equipment like we pick out an outfit. And that wasn't me. This is going to be my only thing. So I wind up having to go with the upgrade. So that is it. That is my thoughts on the Zoom PodTrack P4. And like I said, I like it, but it's got to go back. I like it, but it's just not the all-in-one that you're going to want. If you do get it with in mind that this is only half of what you need to spend. This is only half because you're still going to have to get the adapter. You're still going to have to get the wires to go to, I don't even know if I could plug this up to the computer, but if I could, that wire, you're still going to need to get the Bluetooth attachment if you want to get that. And the P8 doesn't even come with the Bluetooth attachment. So either one, you're going to have to get the Bluetooth attachment. You're still going to have to bring the SD card. Like you still got a lot of things to get once you get this. So I'll probably do another video about the actual Roadcaster Pro, so I won't go too deep into that. But like I said, let me know if you guys want to see more about the Roadcaster Pro. How about that? Let me know if you guys want to see it, and then I will do another video. But my thoughts on the PodTrack P4 is that it's good, but it's missing a lot of pieces, and you're going to wind up a lot more investment than you signed up for, just trying to get all the things together. And within a couple of months, maybe a year, you're going to be like, I should have just got the bigger piece. And now you're going to be stuck with all this equipment that you don't need. So if you've got the extra and you don't want to go through the problems, go right into the Roadcaster Pro. Just skip the P4. All right. Bye guys. See you in the next video.